This is Rob with 13 Peppers, and today we're going to be tasting the beauty of this little pepper here called the Royal Black. Now, the Royal Black Pepper is a beautiful looking ornamental plant, and this one to me actually got up rather tall, and when I was doing the research, it was kind of the way it's supposed to do. My plants actually got up to almost 3 foot tall each, which to me an ornamental needs to be a little bit more like bushy and shrubby, but that's just my personal preference. Now, next time when I grow these, because this is the first year I've actually grown these, next time when I grow it, roughly when they get up to about a foot tall or something like that, I'm going to go ahead and pinch off the top. That way it'll force the growth out the sides and actually make it a lot more bushier. But depending on the way you want your landscape pepper to actually be, it could be in a flower garden where you might actually want some of that height. But to me, I kind of prefer them kind of taking over and bushing out and everything. But hey, you do you on those. Now, the plant itself with the beautiful leaves, which are dark purple, and the berries when they first come on a real deep dark black. And once they start ripening, they'll actually go kind of a beige kind of color. Then they'll actually turn into a bright red looking pepper, which gives a nice contrast to the dark purple, almost black leaves on there. So beautiful, beautiful plant. Now, the Scoville scale on this is ranged kind of all over the place. When I was trying to do the research, what I was coming up with, I was getting very similar information on the actual pepper itself, but I was getting a huge range on the Scoville scale, and that was anywhere between 5,000 all the way up to 30,000 on the Scoville scale. The reason being, from what I was able to find, is they were actually grown, or this particular pepper was actually grown just for its beauty and not necessarily for anything heat-wise. So the same two plants that you can have look identical but be very varied on what their heat level is. So it's going to be interesting if I'm going to get a hot one or if I'm going to get a mild one on this. So let's go ahead, open this up, then we're going to give this a taste. Let's go ahead and cut one of these peppers open again. I just did, but when you don't hit record, it's kind of hard to verify that. But let's go ahead and open this thing up again here. So very, very nice looking pepper inside, and very typical of some of the little smaller berries is the seeds are so compact inside there. I mean, this one probably maybe only going to have 10, 12 seeds in it, but there's just not that much room for the placenta and everything else. The walls on this are not really super thin, but a little bit thinner. But it does contain, I did see that when I cut that open, being very, very, very juicy. And let's see if I can squeeze some of that juice out here. Squeezing the seeds. I don't know if you can see all that juice and everything spreading out right there. So very, very juicy pepper. Now I got half the pepper here. I do have the placenta and seeds in here. If you're able to see that, I'll hold that with the light right there. Hopefully you can actually see that there. A lot of seeds for a small pepper, so it's going to be rather chewy, but hey, why not? Now the berry itself, I really don't get much of a pepper smell out of it. I don't get a sweet smell. I kind of get like a little floral hint. I don't really care for floral, but you know what? Let's just go ahead, pop it in, and give it a taste. Got a little bit of a sweetness initially when you bite into it. For small pepper, got chewy seeds. Doesn't have much of a floral, but kind of like a hint. I get a burn on the actual tongue towards the back of the mouth, back of the throat. Very, very typical for an ornamental pepper. So yeah, similar to me to a black pearl pepper, if you've ever tasted one of those. Not too terribly hot. This one's probably, I'm gonna guess, between 10 and 15,000 on the Scoville scale, so not too terribly hot on there. It has that typical, and what I mean by typical ornamental pepper taste is it really doesn't have a, it's hot, but it doesn't have a tasty flavor. It just has a hot kind of like raw pepper taste and feel to it. So, I mean, it's not bad, but it's not as good as what you can get when like eating habanero, ghost pepper, or anything else like that. It's just kind of there. So, interesting pepper. Don't know if I'm actually going to do anything with the actual berries themselves, sauce or anything like that. It just, I don't know, it's just there, but nothing special. Beautiful looking plant though. I like how it looks, the color of the berries, everything on there too. So beautiful, beautiful plant as an ornamental, but yeah, that's gonna be about it. It's the first time I've actually tasted one of these peppers. Yeah, it's quite interesting. But with that, I'm going to go ahead and call it there. If you enjoyed what you've seen here today, please subscribe to the channel. It does help me out greatly. You can follow me on a bunch of my social medias up here, or you can actually head to my website down below. There I actually going to sell seeds out of my garden from everything I am growing this fall. Plus I sell seasoning and spices that I make by hand with my peppers that I grow also. But with that, once again, my name is Ralph. This is 13 Peppers, and you have yourself a wonderful, wonderful day.